All right, today we're changing out the breather. I already removed the breather. It's pretty simple. The breather that I had on here was a plate that came here, and there were 2 screws, okay? We're gonna take out, I took out all of that, and then of course, each breather is different, but once you get everything out, you're gonna get it down to this. I'm installing the Trask external breather. That's what I'm installing, along with the Trask Assault air cleaner, all right? So I took out the air cleaner, I said breather, but the air cleaner, and we're gonna remove all of that, clean out inside of this, get all the excess gunk out of it, and then we're gonna do the full install of both the external breather and the cleaner. All right, so we're gonna get this plate off too in here. On mine, we don't need that. The install is not hard at all. On the original air cleaner, it doesn't come with the breather, external breather. So if you have the Assault air cleaner on your bike, you're gonna have to remove all of that and install the new cleaner. It's a replacement part. But being that I ordered both together, I'm doing everything in one shot. And a good practice is while you're in here, just clean off your stuff. All right, so this is the back end plate that comes with the external breather. And this one is the original one that comes as is in the actual Assault kit. This has a screw right here. I'm not gonna open it, but there's a little screw here. This one doesn't have any of that. Also, on the kit, you have these, which is awesome. That's where the hose is gonna connect for your external breather. And the one that comes with the kit, this one does not have any connector like that. So that's the difference. All right, so we're gonna get it going. The number for this is TM1023T, and the stock one, the original one, is TM1023-A. So if you look in this side, there's a little spacing right here. You wanna make sure that you put that O-ring inside of that spacing. Take your time, press it in, and what I like to do, I like to use my thumb and just draw a circle a couple of times just to make sure that it's seated in there correctly. Okay, before we install the backer plate, you have those little mini O-rings that you're gonna have to put in. And those O-rings is gonna go right here. You're gonna put that in, all right? And the same thing, just like that. So now we'll install the backer plate. We're gonna add a dab, a Loctite, and we're gonna put them in. It's 3 screws that you're gonna put in. This can only go in one way, all right? Make sure that O-ring is inside. So we're doing the same thing for all of them. You don't need to use a whole lot of Loctite. Just make sure you have it lined up. That way you don't bind it. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna put a dab of red Loctite on the breather bolts. Okay, just a dab. And then we're gonna put the spacer. The spacer itself is gonna go, you have the big side facing you, the small side is going towards the engine. All right, so we're gonna torque this down to 20 foot-pounds. Here we go. Don't over tighten, because this stuff threads really fast. That's it. All right, so we got this put on. So now we're gonna take the hose, it comes with 2, and we're gonna plug this up. So now it's not gonna breathe in the motor anymore. We do the same thing for this side. The tubes are gonna come down to the bottom of the bike. That's pretty much what it's gonna do. We're gonna guide this down the same exact way, through the push rods, through the tubes. Guide that down. There we go. And we're gonna push this down right through. It's gonna go down to the bottom of the bike. So just so you can see the hose, it's right there, and that's gonna need to cut just that one, because it's so much longer. So you can use one of these little clamps. These are like hose clamps, hose cutters you get from Harbor Freight, and it just cuts very easy. Give it a little bit of light so you can see what I'm doing. This you just open up and you just snip it. 1, 2, 3. All right, so now we're gonna install the breather. Okay, so this comes assembled. So we're gonna take everything apart and then put this beautiful thing on. So originally I had the Bad Dad breather on here, which is fine, but Bad Dad does not make an external breather for their system. So I'm just gonna sell this breather for those who need it. I got a powder coated black. It's a beautiful breather, but for the 124, I've just been getting a whole lot of oil splashes. I mean, a lot more than normal, all right? And I called Bad Dad and they didn't have a solution for that problem that I was having. Okay, so you're gonna just take these bolts out. There are 6 of them. Put these to the side. They're pretty small, don't lose them. And this is gonna flip out, just like that. There are 3 lock points. Pick that up, put that to the side, take out the glass, put that to the side, and be sure to clean the glass too. Clean the glass before you put it in. This piece is magnetized, all right? So just take your time and pull it out. It's a magnet. It just pops into these 2 magnets right there. All right, so we're gonna put one of those O-rings. It's gonna go in this spot right here. Put that in. I like to take my thumb and just run around it a few times just to make sure that it's seated well. When you're putting this plate on, be mindful of the direction you put it, because if you put it where it's too high, you won't be able to get the lock piece on. All right, so you want to make sure that you have this set in the right spot, orientated properly. So when it's time to put this on, this should be able to fit in easy. All right, so now we got all this part done, right? We're gonna put this to the magnet piece on. This is only gonna go one way. You can't put this any other way. It's just gonna snap into place. Let's find that direction. There's a little groove right here. That's where you're gonna line up inside of that spacing. And remember, this is a flat side. Flat side goes in. Before you even put that on, take your rag and clean out the inside. That way, you know, while you have the opportunity, just clean off the handprints, fingerprints. Put that in the spot. We're gonna take this little clamp right here, push it in, press that down. We're gonna put some Loctite, some blue Loctite on each of these little baby bolts. Start off with, and this is a 964 socket or hex head that I'm using, all right? Once you get that in, we'll do the same thing for the other ones. I'm not gonna use a ratchet on this. This doesn't really need a ratchet. I'm just gonna tighten this down just to where I feel it hit, and then tighten it down just a little bit more after that. And that's pretty much it. You don't wanna over torque this. These are easily stripped. You see, I let it hit. I use this direction first. The rest of these are already put on already. So now I'll take this long way where I have some more leverage, and I'll just go, bam, where I feel it tightening. See, I just go here. I just do like that, just to give you an idea of how much pressure I'm using on this. That's it. Install is done. Beautiful. Let's go. So the install, like I said, is not complicated. The beautiful thing about learning about your bike and wrenching your bike is like, yo, if anything happens to your motorcycle, and let's say you don't have access to a mechanic shop at the time, maybe it's a holiday, they're closed, or whatever, and you want to install a few things in your bike, learn how to install a couple of things in your bike. The things that I have yet to touch on this bike is the motor. I want to learn motor work. I can do pretty much anything else on this bike. Clutch, I can do a lot, but I don't do cams. And I have not yet done the full push rod stuff and all that. I've removed the push rod, you know, get it dead center. But there's a lot of things that I want to learn in the motor. But anything else as far as where the fairings are, I can get that out, remove all the bezels, everything in the rear, anything in the electronic system I could handle. But you know, learn the stuff on your bike. do the things that you can and enjoy using your hands, because if you don't know how to wrench your bike, man, you gotta learn it. All right, this is Sensei telling you, let's get these miles, let's get this money, let's get these muscles. Don't forget, leave the comments, like, comment, share, guys, because that's the only thing that's helping these videos to grow. All right, I'm out of here. Peace.